Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault. And once again, I'm coming to you with another range report. And today's range report is on a new gun to the market based off of an older design. This is the Canik SFX Rival. Take a look at that. What an attractive gun. Very tactical, very futuristic looking, looks like a race gun. So I have a feeling this is going to fill the roles of many people's needs, and probably why this is a very popular and hard to find gun right now on the market. But before we dive into the things that I like and don't like about this gun, I want to thank the people that always make these videos possible. First and foremost is the owner of this really cool pistol. That is a local subscriber named Ken, who lent it to the channel. I also want to give an honorable mention to my good friend Jack, who also has one of these and wanted to lend it to the channel, but I got the one from Ken first. I also want to thank my Patreons, because through their monthly donations they help keep the lights on around here and help me buy equipment so I can keep this content coming. In fact, I just bought an external hard drive on that Patreon money, so thank you so much, Patreons. It means the world to me. So now the Texas Gun Vault is officially backed up. Now, I also want to thank primarily my main sponsor, who gives me all the ammunition for these range reports and thus makes them economically feasible, and that is a wonderful company called Brownworks. If you're an old subscriber here to the Texas Gun Vault, you already know what I'm going to say. But if you're brand new around here, you need to know about a fantastic company called Brownworks. Mark over there is an artist. He makes fine quality wood grips out of a wide variety of exotic woods and materials for a wide variety of firearms. I'm telling you, he makes some of the best wood grips on the market. His stuff rivals any company that you can find. And not only is his quality off the chart, he can customize every grip order to your specific needs. He can make any type of grip in various different colors and textures. He can even put on custom logos and engravings. And not just for guns like a 1911, which you can find grips all over the place for, but also specialty grips for like the Rock Island double stack 1911s. I know those are kind of hard to find. Also Beretta 92s and CZs, just to name a few. So I'm going to put a link in the description below and as a pinned comment. You need to go over there, check out what he has to offer. If you don't find something that interests you, or you have a gun that he doesn't list, make sure you contact Mark. I guarantee you he will get back to you, and most likely he'll be able to hook you up. I'm telling you, he is an amazing artist, an amazing craftsman, and he has amazing customer service. So please go check out Brownworks, and when you do, please tell him the Texas Gun Vault sent you. So let's talk about what this gun is. This is a new offering from Canik, and like most Caniks, this is a modern version of the Walther P99 striker-fired polymer-framed handgun. But Canik has made a good name for themselves, producing high-quality firearms that are feature-packed at an affordable price point. And so I know that right now these things are hot everywhere they're sold. People love them because you get so much for a good price. Now, this particular gun is called the Rival, and I think it's kind of a new offering and an upgrade of the SFX series. So what is this? Is it a race gun? Is it a competition gun? Is it a range gun? Is it a tactical gun? Well, I kind of think it's all of the above. It really has a lot of features that fills the boxes of many of those types of guns I was talking about. So I can see this being a very attractive offering for somebody that's not looking to have a huge collection like I do, but maybe own a few guns, but have something that can fill many different roles. Most importantly, going to the range and having fun. Well, I know some other people would say, I need a great home defense gun. I think this gun would fit all those roles perfectly. So let's talk about the things that I like and don't like about this particular gun. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say there's a lot about this gun to like. First off, just holding it here on the bench, it's a really high quality, well-built firearm. It's extremely attractive, and I love the color of this gun. This titanium look with these gold accents look great. I do know they offer this gun in an all black option as well. I really love this mag well that comes with the gun. It's kind of like a jet funnel, so that's why I'm saying it's kind of a competition or a race gun, but it's not so big that it gets in the way. I can see people adding it to this gun, and if you're just going to use it as a home defense gun, it's not weird, it's not obtrusive. It's perfect in my opinion. It's great, and of course, it's very, very attractive. Then we even have this really awesome looking slide and barrel. Look at all those machine marks on that. Man, you got forward serrations, rear serrations, even the barrel is ribbed for your pleasure. That looks great, very attractive. You even have all those lightning cuts on there. You have extended controls. That mag release, if I can get that in focus, really sticks out. And they even give you a few more options in the box. The slide release is extended. You get a really nice trigger. Yeah, look at that. Man, you even have the optics plates on top, and I think they give you 4 or 5 in the box, so you don't have to go off and buy extra parts like you do with other companies. The grip texture is really nice. It's not overly aggressive, but I think people that really like the sandpaper texture will like this, but even people that don't like it will like this. It's a nice middle ground. The next thing I like are the sights. Normally I don't like the blacked out sights in the rear, but these work really, really well. They are adjustable, and you have a fiber optic sight in the front. I really like fiber optic sights. The older I get, the more I like them. And then there's something that I think is the huge advantage to this gun for most people if you live in a free state. These magazines. These magazines can hold 18 rounds. That's a lot of firepower with a 9mm. That's a lot of lungs being blown out, as Joe Biden would probably say. Yeah, the capacity on these things are huge, and I'm sure they even offer extended magazines. So as you can see, this gun is just feature packed, and with many other companies, this is probably going to be a $1,000 or $1,200 gun with all these options and these cuts on the slide, but this is really an affordable gun. But now let's talk about the one thing I don't like, and you guys are probably gonna laugh because it's the same thing I say in all of these videos when it comes to guns like the SIG P320 and these Caniks. I don't like flat face triggers. I just don't like them. I can shoot them fine, I can get used to them, some of them are better than others, but in general, I just don't like them. But the trigger pull is pretty good on this, but that's the only complaint I have about it. Just holding it here on the bench, it's a really, really nice gun. Okay, so that's what I like and don't like. So let's get this thing to the range. Let's see how it shoots. So I'm gonna load up one of these big old magazines with 18 rounds, set the target out at 7 yards, and just see how it shoots. And this gun for me shoots pretty accurate and also wants to run pretty fast. I have to say, for a flat face trigger, this thing is pretty good. But the one thing everyone says the Caniks are really good for are just amazing trigger pull. So I'm gonna safety check this gun. We are clear. Pull that back, and man, that is such a short reset. I should probably do that on camera. It's so nice. All right, so here we go. Here is the trigger pull. Not a lot of take up there. Nice clean break. And here's the reset. Tactile, audible, and short. Yeah, that feels really good for a trigger out of the box on a budget brand handgun. Yeah, I like that a lot. The only thing that really surprised me from shooting this is that the recoil is light but fast and snappy, but it's not snappy in a bad way like a 40 Smith & Wesson. It doesn't hurt. It just feels different than many other 9mm. It just feels like the action of the slide is really fast. It's sharp, I guess is the term that I would use. It's not bad, it's just different. It wasn't what I was expecting because this slide is so long and the gun kind of has a lot of heft to it for being a polymer gun. So it's just snappy but sharp but not heavy, if that makes any sense. To me, it's perfectly fine, just feels a little bit different. Alright, so let's set up this target at a little bit longer distance. I call this the accuracy portion. And no, I'm not going to bench rest the gun. People criticize me for not doing that. This is just to see, can I shoot this gun accurate at further distances? How are the sights? Well, I'm going to double the distance on this target, and I'm going to go for the head on this IDPA silhouette and see how I do. And I think that group is better than my first one at even a longer distance. So it has to get high marks. It makes me look like a better marksman than what I actually am. And talking about this trigger, the thing I think that I like about it, even though it's flat-faced, is the dingus safety. Yeah, that little lever in there, sometimes people call it the dingus. I don't know if it actually has a real name. It's really large and flat and wide. And so it doesn't feel uncomfortable like many other flat-faced triggers. So I still don't like it as much as I would a curved trigger, but that does seem to be pretty comfortable and why I think I'm getting used to it. I seem to shoot this gun pretty darn well. All right, I want to give my wife Becky a chance to shoot this. As always, she likes to shoot every gun that comes through the Texas Gun Vault, and I'm curious what she's going to think about this. I can see things about this gun she's going to like, and a couple that she may not.
In the morning, I get up. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Take this out. Whatever, it don't matter. Right? You know, I mean, I just like the shell falls out this way, right? Falls out, yeah. Go. Right here. Okay. See in there. And how do you hold it back? You can see it right there, right? Yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah. Remember that little thing right there? Yeah. You push it back. That'll work. And go ahead and practice and do that. So. Do that again, one more time. Watch it. Okay? Do that like this, right? Right? You want to be able to see. But you were here, you right? So here. See right? Go back. See it close. Put that thing right there.
Well, I thought she shot it okay. Wasn't her best grouping ever, but she did say she liked the gun. The thing that surprised her the most was the texture. Normally she doesn't like aggressive textures, but as I mentioned in the opening of this video, it's not too aggressive. She also liked the grip size. She has smaller hands than I do, and sometimes getting her smaller hands around larger handguns can be a problem. Well, it fit her hand great. Now, depending on your hand size, they also do have removable back straps. I didn't change any of them out. This is just the one that was on the gun when Ken lent it to me. Not sure what size it is. I think it's the small or the medium, but it feels great in my hand, and my wife liked it as well. She also did say that she noticed that the gun does seem to be a little bit more snappy, but it's light. It's just fast. And because of that, I also felt it as well, but she did mention that sometimes when the gun locks open after the last round, you don't really notice it. It doesn't feel different like other pistols do. You know you're out. when you get that different recoil impulse. On this one, it doesn't feel that different. I know that's kind of a qualitative thing, and I'm just shooting this gun for the first time, so I could probably get used to it, but I've shot a lot of guns. It's not bad, it's just different. She also said that she liked these sights, and that also surprised her. Normally she likes to have 2 dots in the back, but these seem to be high visibility for her. She didn't have any problem acquiring that fiber optic in the front and felt that they were very accurate and easy to get on target. So from her perspective, it's a great gun. Alright, so the next test I want to do, of course, is the quick magazine change or the defensive use. If you have to get a magazine out of this gun, reload to get the gun back in action, can you do it quickly? I'm expecting so with this jet funnel or this mag well, plus it's kind of a race gun. Now, if an average shooter like myself can do it, well, I know someone like you that probably trains can do it even faster. Just handling it here on the bench, these magazines pop right out of this gun, and this jet funnel or this mag well works great. It's hard to miss any type of reload on this. I just love how those things shoot out of there. So, let's see how I do at the range and how fast I can shoot this gun. Well, I'm definitely not going to complain how fast I can reload this gun and how fast I can shoot it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great defensive gun. It's also a really fun range gun. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I'm really impressed with it. One other test I want to do is run some hollow points through this. If you're going to use this for home defense, well, you probably want to use hollow points, and sometimes these more tricked out guns and their tighter tolerances don't always run hollow points. So I'm going to put some Federal Hydroshock through this, a pretty standard hollow point ammunition, and just see if it runs just 10 rounds. I'm not really expecting any issues, but I always want to double check. So let's see if we have any issues. And as expected, absolutely no issues whatsoever. So that doesn't surprise me and probably doesn't surprise you. So before I give you guys my final thoughts and my star rating on this really cool gun, well, I just gotta shoot this gun fast. I gotta do an 18 round mag dump as fast as I possibly can. This trigger is outstanding. I think this gun's gonna go even faster than when I was trying to do that reload test. So just for fun, let's just shoot this thing fast. Well, I think I had one little hiccup or stutter in there, but this trigger runs fast. I can shoot this little pistol really well. I like this a lot. It really surprised me. And yeah, that's a lot of fun to do. And that's a really important thing for me when it comes to a gun. Am I going to enjoy it at the range when I shoot it? If a gun is not fun, well, sometimes it's like, what's the point in having it? But this gun fills that role great. It's a lot of fun to shoot. I think its biggest selling point is its value. You get so many options in such a well-built gun for such a great price. Something I didn't even talk about in the beginning of this video is the packaging it comes in. Now, this right here has the owner's name, and so I just kind of put a little tape over that so you can't see it, but this little plastic box looks a little bit unassuming. But when you open this box up, you get a lot of really cool stuff. You get extra back straps, you get a punch, and what's really neat is you get a little wrench to work on the firearm that actually looks like the gun itself. Isn't that really cool? And there's the little wrench in the front. And inside the grip of this, you get all those little extra pieces that I just dropped everywhere, but I'll have to pick up after I film this video. You get extra fiber optic sights, you get more buttons for the magazine release, you just get some extra parts, you get a sight adjustment tool. Man, they give you everything in this package. So it's really well thought out with an amazing value. So on my star system, how would I rate this gun? Is it a ranged gun, a defensive gun? Is it a tactical gun? Is it a competition gun? Well, I think it's all the above, and it does all those things really well. It really did impress me. And so even though this has a flat face trigger, which is really the only negative I've found about the gun, and when it comes to flat face triggers, it's pretty darn good. It's one that I kind of like. Because it exceeded all of my expectations, this is definitely a 5 out of 5 star review. This gun gets 5 out of 5 stars hands down. And if you are looking for a do-it-all gun, this might be the way to go. It's attractive, well-built, accurate, and fun. So 5 out of 5 stars for the Canik SFX Rival. What do you guys think? You guys want one of these? Do you own one? Do your experiences mirror mine and my thoughts and opinions? I would love to know in the comments section below. So, as always, thanks for watching.